never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations, oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, 'cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up 'cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be filming my second trimester recap, which is crazy to me that we are already here. I am going to be 27 weeks tomorrow, and I thought that this would be a good time for me to film and just kind of talk about all of the things that happened in the second trimester. It was honestly a very busy and exciting trimester, and I'm going to be talking about some of the big things that happened. I'm going to be talking about some of the symptoms, cravings, things that have helped me, all of that kind of stuff. It's funny because one of my apps that I use two different apps to like track the baby and like the things that are happening while she's in my belly each week and all of that kind of stuff. And one of them says that tomorrow I am starting my third trimester at 27 weeks, and the other one says 28 weeks. So I'm not sure exactly which official week starts the third trimester, but I know that it's going to be either tomorrow or the next week. So I decided I'm just gonna film this video today and kind of talk about all the different things. But if you guys are new here, hello, my name is Haley. I am going to be a first-time mama. Our baby girl is due in March. My official due date is March 21st, but I know she can come literally anytime before or after that, plus or minus a few weeks. So I'm not having my heart set on like March 21st, but that is my official due date. And so we are getting like kind of close. I am really excited. I definitely feel very pregnant now. I feel like it took me a while to actually feel like I was really pregnant, but I definitely feel super pregnant now. I'll show you guys a bump picture at some point as well. But let's go ahead and get into this video. So to start off this recap, I thought it'd be fun to kind of talk about some of the big things that happened during the second trimester, because there was some really big and exciting things that happened. I have like everything typed out on my computer, so I'm going to be looking down a little bit. So I started to feel her moving around weeks like 16 to 17, I would say, but it wasn't like how I feel her moving now all the time. It was more like bubbles, or some people say like flutters. To me, it felt more like bubbly, and I didn't really know what that was, honestly, and I didn't realize that it was her moving until I went to my midwife appointment, and they kind of talked about how that is something that can be happening. There's like a certain term for it, but I don't remember it right now. Sorry if the lighting slightly changes throughout this video. I'm filming in front of a window right now, and it's a little bit cloudy outside, so the sun is like going in and out behind the clouds a little bit, but hopefully it's okay. So the first time that I really felt her kick and move, like for sure it wasn't just the flutters, was around weeks 19, like 19 and a half weeks I would say I was. It was right before my 20-week ultrasound anatomy scan, and I remember I could feel her kick, and I tried to have Warren like place his hand on my stomach to feel her kick, and he couldn't feel anything at all. So definitely on the outside it felt more just like a little flick, but on the inside I could definitely feel it. So I started to feel her move around week like 16, 17, but then I started to feel her kick around like 19 and a half weeks. So we had our anatomy scan and our very first ultrasound actually at 20 weeks. And that's when we found out baby was a girl. We got to see her for the first time, and oh my gosh, you guys, I could cry just like thinking about seeing her for the first time. It was just crazy, and she has like the cutest little face. We got to see her face. She was growing right on track, which we're so grateful for and so thankful for. So we got to take home some ultrasound pictures, and it was just like the most amazing thing ever. So yeah, Warren was able to feel her kick for the first time when I was about 21 weeks along, I would say. I actually took a picture of the exact day and posted it on Instagram the first time that he was able to feel her kick, because it was just so exciting. And we just sat there for like an hour with his hands on my belly, just trying to see if we could feel her kick more. It was kind of funny because for a few weeks there, anytime that I would feel her kick, I would call him over and he would, like, you know, be all excited and put his hands on my belly, and then she would stop moving immediately. And she would move around all the time, and as soon as he placed his hand on my belly, she would stop. And so that was kind of funny. But now she moves around all the time, constantly. I can feel her like twirling and kicking or punching, whatever she's doing, I don't know. And she also, oh my gosh, this was the sweetest thing. This was like 2 nights ago. She wasn't moving at all. And I was like, Warren, you should come feel and see, you know, if you can feel anything. And so he started talking to her, and she instantly started moving and kicking. So it was the cutest little thing. So I think she is starting to recognize, you know, my voice, obviously, and then his voice too, because she wasn't moving at all. And then when he started talking to her, she started moving, and it was really sweet. So I feel like I really didn't start showing until like week 20 or so, and then I started to get a bump, but it really didn't pop until I was 23 weeks over Thanksgiving break. I don't know what happened that week, but my belly just popped. I came back to school the next week after Thanksgiving break, and everyone, my kids, other teachers, staff there, everyone was like, oh my gosh, that's new. Like, we can see your belly. And so since then, she has grown a lot, or my belly has grown a lot. I definitely feel very, very pregnant now, and it's just crazy to me that like my belly is going to continue growing, because it's just like, I can't imagine it getting any bigger than what it is right now. But I know that we have still a long time left to go, and she's gonna grow a lot, so that will be exciting. But I definitely like saw my belly significantly pop around week 23. And then also during the second trimester, we moved into our new house. We moved in right before I was 20 weeks along, and we have officially started doing some baby shopping and just preparing for her to be here. One of the things that we got was this really cute little vintage bassinet. We got it off of Facebook Marketplace, and I ordered some new sheets for the mattress and all that kind of stuff. And so this is the bassinet that's going to be in our room. We're thinking that we're going to like sand it down and stain it. I actually don't mind the stain too much. It's just not like my #1 favorite. So if we have time before she arrives, we will try to stain that a different color and make it more our vibe. But I think it's really cute as is. We still have like a lot of stuff to do before she arrives. I definitely am starting to feel a little bit stressed, just because like we're entering the 3rd trimester, and before we know it, she will be here. And so I've started to put together a list on Amazon of like all the postpartum things I want to order. I need to go through our like wish list and just order everything, like her binkies, first aid kit, like all of the things. But basically right now we have like some clothes for her, we have a car seat for her, we just ordered her crib and her dresser, and I'm hoping over this winter break that I'm on right now, I will be able to set up her nursery pretty well. So that is kind of where we're at with all of that kind of stuff. So overall, I've been feeling pretty well. I have had a pretty positive pregnancy experience, which I'm so grateful for, because I know a lot of women have a lot tougher of pregnancies than I've had so far. So overall, I've been feeling really good. My belly feels huge, as I mentioned, and I definitely have noticed that my fatigue has started to come back the last, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks. If you watched my first trimester recap, one of the biggest symptoms I had during my first trimester was extreme fatigue. And around week like 14, 15, it started to go away, and I started to feel a lot more normal. But I would say around like week 25 or so, my fatigue started to come back. Like I started to fall asleep again on the couch every night. I would need to go to bed way earlier. Like I definitely can feel my body like starting to go through some change as baby gets bigger, because I definitely have felt a lot more tired. Okay, so now let's get into some symptoms that I've been experiencing this trimester. The #1 symptom that I've been experiencing is actually called round ligament pain. And I didn't know what this was called, but basically like the ligaments that are attached to your uterus, they like stretch and are growing as your uterus grows, as your baby grows, obviously, because everything's changing in your belly and in your body when you're pregnant. And I just had some like really bad pain there around weeks like 19 to 22. It's gotten better since then, thankfully, because it was pretty painful. How my midwife described it was like, it's a Charlie horse, but like in those muscles beneath your belly. And it would happen if I like moved too quickly. So if I was like laying on the bed and I like jumped out of bed, or if I was sitting down for a while on the couch or something, and then I tried to get up really quickly, like I just have to be a lot more careful with how I'm moving now because of, you know, everything being different. That is one thing that I was dealing with. And I basically, just to help with that, I would just move, you know, a little bit more slowly. And I also would do specific stretches that would like target that area. So like the cat-cow yoga stretches where you're like arching your back and then lowering your back, that really helped. Just stretching in general, I've been doing a lot of this trimester because as things are growing and everything's getting bigger, I've just felt it more in my body that I'm pregnant and that I need to like be a little bit more mindful and careful and stretch everything out to help me feel better. Another symptom that I've been having is upper back pain and shoulder pain. And I think it has a lot to do with my chest growing. So I, prior to pregnancy, did not have very big boobs, for lack of a better word, sorry. If you're a guy, just click out because this part is about to like get more detailed. But anyways, I didn't have a very big chest prior to being pregnant. And that is one thing that I have definitely like not really loved about pregnancy, is just that like my boobs have like tripled in size. I've been having a lot of upper back pain because of that. Not a lot, but like, you know, a bit. And I've seen some changes there. So I've also been doing stretches for my upper back and my shoulders, basically just stretching a ton. Massages have also really helped more, and ordered a massage gun off of Amazon because he was having to give me so many massages on my shoulders. So we ordered a massage gun, and that's been really nice to use on my shoulders and my upper back. So it hasn't been like unbearable, but it's definitely been a symptom. Another symptom I had was actually during week 23, so Thanksgiving week. That week I must have like changed a lot, or baby must have grown a lot, because I started to experience a lot of these symptoms during that week. And I had one day that I had some pretty bad swelling, and that was like the worst day of my pregnancy so far, besides like first trimester like sickness, because like I just felt like I couldn't move. My fingers were all swelled up, my feet were swelled up, my ankles were swelled up. So I did a bunch of research online of like what to help with swelling, and I like asked my midwife what she suggested, because I just like I wanted to try everything to try and help. So I started to do a couple of things to help with the swelling. I started to supplement with magnesium, and I started to take an electrolyte powder to help with my hydration, drinking a ton of water. Also like elevating my feet that day seemed to help. Oh, and eating potassium rich foods, I'm pretty sure. So like bananas, pistachios, foods that are high in potassium also are supposed to help with swelling. And I will say that is the only day that I had swelling, and crossing my fingers, I don't have it anymore throughout the rest of my pregnancy, because that was horrible. So I don't know which of the things like really made the biggest difference, but I haven't had any other days of swelling, thank goodness. So hopefully that stays the same throughout the rest of my pregnancy. Another symptom that I've been having is just my feet have been killing me. Oh my gosh, by the end of the day my feet hurt so bad. I think just with being a teacher and walking around all day and like being on my feet all day, my feet just hurt so bad by the end of the day. And so when I'm home, I always have on like really comfy socks and slippers, because my feet, like I just can't walk anymore by the end of the day. And so Warren's been giving me a lot of foot massages. Bless his heart, he has been so supportive and so loving during this pregnancy. Okay, another symptom that I've been experiencing is heightened emotions. Warren would testify and say this is the #1 symptom I've been having, because oh my gosh, I could just cry at the drop of a hat over something so silly. Like if Warren just like looks at me a little mean, or not even mean, but he just like looks at me a little wrong, or if I watch a video that like is a little bit sad or something like that, I just like will bawl. There was one specific time, this is a little bit embarrassing, but this is reality of pregnancy, that we were gonna go out for dinner, and because like one of the restaurants was having a deal or whatever, so Warren just wanted to order the thing that was on the deal, but I really wanted a milkshake like really bad, and he was like, no, we should just like make our own at home. We have some ice cream, I'll make you your own milkshake, whatever. And I just like instantly started bawling because I really just wanted this one type of milkshake from this restaurant so bad. And Warren was like, oh gosh, okay, yep, you can have the milkshake, that's fine. And so just over really silly things, I have been a little bit more emotional, I would say, in the past month or so. Okay, and then the last symptom I've been having, as I mentioned, my chest has been growing a lot, and I have had some stretch marks there. I haven't had any stretch marks on my belly. Actually, I've been applying lotion all over my body basically every night after I shower. And fun fact, I hate lotion. Like, I hate lotion, and so it's literally the worst part of like all the things you have to do during pregnancy. I hate putting lotion on every night. It just makes me feel all clammy and not good. Anyways, so I've been putting lotion on every night, but I obviously didn't do it enough during my first trimester. I didn't really do it that often, and so I have gotten some stretch marks there on my chest, but not any on my belly so far. But obviously that's something that comes with pregnancy, and it's not something that bothers me. I am 100% okay with whatever my body like does to bring a healthy baby into this world. It doesn't really bother me if I get stretch marks. Obviously I'm trying, you know, to help my body grow and all of that kind of stuff, so that's why I'm applying lotion. But that is something else that I've experienced. Okay, so then cravings and aversions. So I actually haven't really had any real big cravings besides that milkshake that one time. Needed that one time. But basically my whole entire pregnancy, I have just wanted to eat very simple foods and very simple meals. Those are what sound the best to me. Or like chicken and rice and a salad. Like those kind of meals are what I like to eat right now. Any sort of like curry or like very flavorful in-depth recipe that has like a ton of stuff just doesn't sound appealing to me. And so that is one thing that I've been craving. And then also cold water, specifically cold. I have drank so much water, and we don't have an ice machine in our fridge, and so for me to get the cold water that I want, I actually went and bought a pack of like just the plastic water bottles, and then I just refill them over and over and over again and keep them in the fridge. And so because my one water bottle, obviously when I drink it, the water is not going to be cold when I fill it up again. But so that is what I've kind of done. But that's been like the #1 craving, honestly, is cold water. Tap water just doesn't cut it. It has to be cold. Okay, so I asked you guys on Instagram and on YouTube in my community tab for if you guys had any questions about pregnancy, about baby, about anything along this journey. And so I thought I would end off this video by answering those questions. So let's see what questions y'all have. Okay, someone asked, do you have a nursery theme? If so, what is it? So we actually haven't started her nursery yet. I have started to like organize her clothes into different bins, or honestly bags, because we need to get some bins of like the different sizes. We have ordered her crib and her dresser, as I said, and right now we're debating what color we want to paint the wall in her room. I am just imagining her room to be very like neutral, calming, boho-y. I have like a whole board on Instagram filled with inspo pictures, and basically they all are very like neutral, natural tones, so like a lot of wood. So that's kind of the theme that I'm going with. I honestly am not really sure yet. A lot of people are asking about names. So picking out her name has been so hard to be honest. We do have a name that we are like probably 90% sure is going to be her name. We had this name picked out prior to us finding out if she was a girl. Then we found out she was a girl, and then we kind of like questioned whether or not we wanted to use it, and we started to explore different names, but no other names have stuck. And so we have started to call her by name. Pretty sure her name is going to be her name. Long story short, but we don't want to share it until she is born, just in case she comes out and then we're like, no, that's not her name, we need a new name. And we're open to that too. So We think we have a name picked out, but we're not 100% sure. Okay, the next question said, have you started nesting in the second trimester? So I would say within the last 2 weeks, I've started to really feel the urge to get things ready for her. It's very weird because you hear moms talk about nesting and like how it's this like innate feeling that pregnant women just have. And I always kind of thought it was kind of silly, like, okay, yeah, sure. No, it's real. Like as soon as you hit a certain point in your pregnancy, all of a sudden like switch flips and you like have to get things ready for baby. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. And so I'm hoping to use my winter break to get her nursery all ready. I want to order all the things we're going to need for her. I also want to order all of my postpartum things and just have everything ready and set and ready to go as much as possible. Obviously we'll still do some work, you know, preparing in January and February and stuff, but I would like to have like a lot of stuff at least ready. Okay, the next question is, what was your favorite moment during the second trimester or things you were looking forward to? My favorite moment during the second trimester was seeing her for the first time on an ultrasound. That was just crazy to see your little baby, and it just makes it way more real because like that's her little face, that's her little body. She has, you know, her little fingers, everything's just so little and cute, and it's crazy that it is inside me, like that she's inside me growing. It's just the most surreal feeling. And then I would also say just feeling her move all the time. I've had so many dreams about her. I'm constantly thinking about her. We're constantly talking about her. It's also just so crazy to like love someone so much that you like haven't even met yet. It's just the most surreal experience ever. Someone else asked about our birth plan. We do have a birth plan, and I don't think that I'm going to share it until after the birth, to be honest, just because for me, like our birth plan is very personal, and I feel like everyone's birth plan is something very individual. You have to make your own decisions about what you would like to do, and you know, it's based on the mom's preferences, the family's preferences, and everyone feels differently. And I just don't really know if there's a point in sharing prior to us having the baby what our plan will be, because I don't really want anyone else's opinions on it. We are gonna do what is best for us. And also I'm very open to the fact that our birth plan might change. This is our first pregnancy, our first baby, my first time going to be giving birth and all of that. And so I know that things will probably not go to plan. So we will have plan B and plan C and prepare for all scenarios. And as long as she is born happy and healthy, then that is all we could ever want. So we will probably be doing a birth vlog just to share, you know, when she arrives. And we'll share our birth plan then, obviously, and talk about it after the birth. But prior to her being born, I don't think that we're going to share what our birth plan is. Okay, the last question I'm going to answer is, what are some baby names you love but won't be using? I actually thought it might be fun to do a whole video on this. I know that I love watching these videos, and I think it'd be fun to have Warren do the video with me because we have very different tastes and names. So if you guys would like us to make a video on that, definitely leave me a comment down below and let us know, because we can do that. And it'd be really fun, I think, because they're definitely names that I love that Warren has vetoed, or names that he loves that I have said no to. And so I think it'd be fun to share those names and kind of compare lists and see which names we love but we will not be using. But one name, let me think, one name that I love that Warren said no to is the name Paisley. I love the name Paisley. I think it's so cute. I think it's unique. I haven't ever met anyone named Paisley, and I just think it's so cute. But Warren said no to that name, so her name will not be Paisley, even though I love that name. But anyways, you guys, that is going to be pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I am really excited to take you guys along throughout the last trimester of our pregnancy. We will just be doing all of the things to prepare for her to come. I'm so excited to meet her. Oh my gosh, I just wanted to go by so fast. I'm so ready for her to be here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Oh, I forgot that I said I would show you guys my belly bump. So I am 26 weeks tomorrow, so let me show you my belly. Okay, so this is what my belly is looking like at basically 26 weeks tomorrow. She's growing so big. I feel like she's huge. As I mentioned, I feel like my belly is so big, but I know she's gonna grow so much. This outfit is a little bit weird, but to be honest, I'm just staying home. No one's gonna see me anyways. So yeah, this is the belly. My belly button has not popped yet. It's hanging on, and there's a little girl. Today and not tomorrow.